are to begin speaking before an audience and to discover speaking skills that she already has and those that need attention. For timing, it's 4 to 6. And the title of her speech is Moments.
Thank you, Tracy. Sarah Milligan, ladies and gentlemen.
For most of us, we define ourselves by life experiences. While life runs continuously, we each hold on to certain moments, whether happy, sad, shocking, or exciting. These moments find a place in our hearts and become part of who we are. Today, I'll share with you some of my most profound moments. Let me take you back to the spring of 2004. I was taking my first journalism class for fun. You see, I was a criminal justice major, and I was planning to become a lawyer. People had told me that I was a good writer, but I never really considered that as a profession. And so I was doing a study on rare religions, and I was visiting a rare religion in town that had a service called Eckankar. And while I was at their religious service, participating and thinking about how I would tell their story, I started to think to myself, this is what I want to do with my life. And it was kind of an aha moment. And it was from that point forward that I changed my major from criminal justice to journalism and decided to pursue a career in communications. So since that point, I became a communications professional, and it has become a big part of my life. So communications on the written side is what I consider to be one of my biggest talents. I'm here today at Toastmasters to exercise my verbal communication skills, where I really feel I could really get a lot of development. Let me fast forward to September 11th, 2008. This isn't a 9/11 story. I had just adopted a new puppy, and I was taking a break from work so that I could go home and let him out to go to the bathroom. When I went home, I took him out and took him on his walk, and I went back inside and I caught a glimpse of a 9/11 broadcast on television. Immediately, I burst into tears. Now, this kind of caught me off guard because for the past 7 years, I had seen plenty of 9/11 broadcasts, and I never reacted this way. So it was really confusing why I was having this sort of reaction. So throughout the day, as I continued to be really emotional, I sort of thought to myself, why was I being so emotional? Why was I acting this way? As I was driving home, it dawned on me, was I pregnant? I called my live-in boyfriend at the time, who later ended up being my husband, and I said, hey, on your way home, could you pick up a pregnancy test? And he was like, what? And so he did, and long story short, it ended up being positive. And this was a pertinacious moment, because it wasn't exactly part of my plan. Some of the thoughts that were going through my head were, this is not my plan. What about my future? What was my employer going to think? What was my family going to think? Needless to say, as time went on, I became a lot more comfortable with the idea of being a mother and being a family person, and I actually began to become excited about this. Fast forward to my next moment, May 6, 2009. It was time to give birth to my daughter. This was the most amazing day of my life, the most amazing moment. At 6:05 p.m., I gave birth to my daughter. She had a full head of hair, the softest skin. I'm actually starting to cry. The softest skin I've ever felt, and she was absolutely fragile and extremely beautiful. thing that I've ever felt, and the most amazing person I've ever met. 2 years later, I have come to realize that all the fears I ever had about being a mother and how that would impact my career are actually really funny, because being a mother has helped me grow in such a way that has helped me make great strides in my career and has presented new job opportunities. There have been many more moments in my life that have helped me become the person I am today, such as the look on my parents' face when I became the first person in my family to graduate from college, the way I was laughing and crying when my husband and I said our vows at the altar, and the excitement that I felt just a couple weeks ago as my daughter blew out her candles all by herself on her 2nd birthday. All of these moments have helped me become a stronger person, in the case of my daughter, a more nurturing person, and overall a more passionate person. All these moments have helped me become who I am today.